Cuidado, cuidado, cuidado. Muy paciente todo acá. Ahora sí lo pone en burnout. Oh, la level 3.
Impromptu graffiti display at big prize pool offline event. Are there too many CPT World Warrior events to keep track of? Because it's almost too much for us. And as the Tekken World Tour approaches the end of the season, the dojo points are hotting up. It's time to get into this week's Roundup. Fighting games return to the biggest gaming event in the UK, EGX 2023. And with Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 7 both having £5,000 prize pools, a strong pool of players showed out to display their skills at the Excel Centre in London over 3 days of competition. In Street Fighter 6, all eyes were on Rain Pro, as this was his first offline event after his dominance of the EU region online since moving here from Hong Kong a few weeks ago. But UK stalwart Hurricane wasn't interested in the hype, as he took him down in their pool on day 1. Day 2 saw top 8, and in winners semis, Hurricane also dispatched Joker Jokes into losers after a back and forth Cammy mirror match that went all the way to a game 5. On the other side, in winners, Shax was able to take out the 4 Phils using his Luke overcoming the JP. In losers action, it was looking like Real Menace was one of the hungriest to go far, as he took a clutch set against Lex. And then Menace eliminated Joker right after to reach losers semi-finals. In winners finals, Hurricane went up 2 games early against Shax, but his switch to Marissa took it back to a 5th and final game. Hurricane proved too strong though and secured his grand final spot with a clutch victory. But after his loss in pools to Hurricane, Rain Pro was on a mission to make it back to grand finals, and he made short work of Real Menace.
Play Hurricane.
And then after a nail-biting set versus Shax, he managed to get the win there and book his place for the run back in grand finals.
Fight back with stand heavy kick.
He got it!
But in a grand final set that was as close as you can get without there being a reset, the ever-reliable Hurricane took the win and took home a £3,000 grand prize, as well as that EGX Championship belt. In Tekken action, winners semis saw Kane and Trench manage to defeat Gosane. And the ever-dominant Joker continued his run through winners as he sent Ru Kang down, continuing his streak where he had not dropped a single game in the tournament thus far. The losers bracket was brutal, and it was Ayo Richie who faced off against Ru Kang in losers semi-finals. However, controversy occurred during the winners final as the proceedings were interrupted by an impromptu graffiti session. And thankfully, the delay had not fazed Joker at all, who continued his perfect winning streak with a 3-0 victory over Kane and Trench. Ayo Richie continued his sensational losers run, eliminating Ru Kang and then also overcoming Kane and Trench to earn that grand final spot against Joker. Being forced to switch to Elisa from Leo, it wasn't enough, and Joker took an incredibly dominant victory, as well as that title belt and the significant prize pool.
It is your winner, Joker!
As we approach the end of the Tekken World Tour season, points are at a premium, and the Kelot Cup took place this weekend for Tekken 7, and it was a large event, qualified for the highest possible dojo tier thanks to exceeding 96 entrants. Before the top 4 could be solidified, a huge match between Pinya and Chikarin took place, where Pinya's Master Raven came out on top in an intense set that ended 2-1. The top 4 bracket was then finalised as Chikarin managed to advance in losers, giving us Low-High versus Pinya in winners finals and Chikarin versus Nobi in losers semis. And losers semis produced yet another upset for Chikarin as Nobi managed to take it 2-0. An incredible losers run from Nobi, as he'd actually started from losers round 1 due to an early loss in pools. And in losers finals, this continued as Nobi faced off against Pinya. The set went to its final game, but Nobi was in unstoppable form, and a game-winning punish on Pinya's overextension gave the set to Nobi, making a run through the entire losers bracket from start to finish to make it to Grand Finals. And Grand Finals delivered a fantastic set, with Nobi now facing off against Lohai. Nobi's traditional Feng pick had been swapped out for Dragunov in this set, and this seemed to be the right move as the set went to a final game, final round situation. One hit was enough though for Nobi to get the kill and reset the bracket, giving us a Shin Grand Finals. After losing the prior set, Lohai opted for the Steve pick instead, and this seemed to work as he took the first game, which then produced another shock as Nobi returned to character select and also picked Steve, giving us the final set mirror match. Unfortunately though, this didn't seem to be the right decision as Lohai continued to power through Nobi's options and eventually take the win 3-1, winning the tournament and bagging himself a 150 point boost in the Tekken World Tour Global Leaderboard. Another vital dojo event went down at Crossover this past week. For the majority of the European participants, this was their last chance at obtaining Tekken World Tour leaderboard points, which meant that every win was of critical importance. Kicking off our top 8 on Sunday, we had the two Chicago representatives facing off against each other, with Shadow 20Z taking a narrow win over Cuddlecore. Another nation team kill happened in the other winners semis, as Bears player and current Crossover champ Nino beat Kaizoku Lars with the same score of 2-1 to advance into the winners final. On the losers side, we had two fresh faces as Ranger 9 and Blutz had their first significant top 8 appearances, but both unfortunately ended in 7th at the hands of Super Akuma and Tibetano respectively. The Spaniard Tibetano had to say goodbye to the tournament in 5th place, however, as Cuddlecore proved to be too strong. And Kaizoku Lars defeated Super Akuma in the other losers quarterfinals to move on to a losers semis match. Back on the winner's side, an incredible comeback from Nino after being 2-0 down saw the German win 3-2 versus Shadow and advance to grand finals on the winner's side. In losers, Cuddlecore defeated Kaizoku Lars to earn that run back against Shadow. And this time,
he wants to take the set right now.
Wow, this is not over yet. Cuddle with a chance now. Gets the rage drive, and that took insane damage.
No.
Oh,
misses the finish.
Oh,
unblockable! And the chainsaws!
the Elisa player was triumphant as she got a 3-1 victory and would move on to the grand finals. It was looking good for Cuddle as the grand finals were reset with a score of 3-1. Nino, however, was able to fight back and at the end of an intense set came out on top as it went to a game number 5 and became the back-to-back Crossover champion. And in an all-German Street Fighter 6 bracket, we had Gigi Halibel defeating Yosh in winners finals to book a spot in grands. Semi 28 defeated Kez in losers semis finals to challenge Yosh, but the latter came out on top in a close set which ended 3-2. But the run back was unfortunately still in favour of Gigi Halibel as an even more convincing score of 3-0 sealed the tournament in grand finals.
Doesn't mess up the combo, he got it into level 3. Halibel is your Crossover 2023 champion.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us every week. As you know, myself, Logan Sama, here holding it down for Reversal as we round up some of the most interesting and hype tournament goings on of the past 7 days here. And thank you so much for all of the tournament organisers that have been helping us out, sending us links, letting us know what events are happening around the globe, because we want to cover as many events as possible. If you guys have got an event that either you're organising or you're part of as a competitor or spectator, if you're in the community, hit us up and let us know what's happening. Please send us either the tournament page, link to the stream VODs, as much information as you can. You can just hit us up right here on the Twitter. That's twitter.com/reversal_GG. Nice and simple. Give us a follow while you're there, perhaps. And thank you so much to everybody who's been sharing the content, getting involved in the comments, liking, just engaging in any way. Smash that like button right now. Give us a cheeky sub so you can find out when all of our videos go live first. We've got some big events coming up as well on the Twitch. That's twitch.tv/reversalgg. We stream the Bracket Reset and Ultimate Open Series World Warrior events that cover the UK and Ireland and France every month, so look out for those. And as we approach the month of November, Reversal will be streaming UFA, the biggest tournament in Europe. Players coming from around the world, and if you want to be part of that, you'll be able to catch the stream on Reversal GG, of course. But better than that, why don't you get there in person? Hit up UFA_gaming, and you can find out exactly how to get your ticket right now to sign up for UFA. Right, that's enough preamble. Let's get into this. Some Street Fighter 6 action. It was a double header of CPT Online Premier Top 8s this weekend. First up was the culmination of the South African Online Premier. And with a lot of familiar returning names, the top 4 saw winners final between Ren and regional defending champion Jarby M. Jarby cruised to a 3-0 victory with the DJ and made his way into grand finals, looking once again to return to Capcom Cup. The loser semi-final saw Mark the Shark, who had impressed going up against Will Bartness, and it was Mark who swept 3-0 to earn the loser's final place against Ren. This one was a lot closer match, but in the end, it was Mark who took it 3-2, overcoming this drop. But thankfully, the Jinrai kick was enough to get the victory and go into a grand final showdown with Jarby. Jarby quickly pulled into a 2-0 lead, asserting his dominance. And despite Mark being able to pull one back, Jarby was able to close out this scrambled round to secure the 3-1 win and his return to Capcom Cup 10. But that wouldn't be all this week, as the broadcast rolled on and we would see the conclusion of the CPT Central America East. Server issues meant that we had to stop the top 8 bracket midway a couple of weeks ago, and we need to determine a winner. Fast forward to top 4 and you can see that it was tournament favourites Kaba going up against Brian D in an all Guile winners final. And in perfect form, the first round was a timeout victory for Kaba. This absolutely sick clash of level 3s didn't help Brian D much, but a timeout, no surprise there, managed to put Brian D at least on the board. He managed to pull it back to 2-2, but Kaba in final game, final round was able to outclass the exciting young Guile and would make it to grand finals. In loser's side, fresh off his announcement as part of Team Red Rooster and SFL, it would be EGX Fidelity going up against Hochi. And he converted this opportunity to close out a 3-1 win to move on to loser's final, where he would be facing Brian D. A barrage of overheads closed out a 3-0 sweep though, as Brian D eliminated EGX Fidelity and earned his run back against Kaba in grand finals. Once again, they were very evenly matched, but this fantastic interaction from Kaba set the pace. And this spacing miscalculation was the opening Kaba needed to close out the first game. Pulling into a 2-0 lead, this perfectly timed jump out of the corner was punished and set Kaba up for a set point. And taking the opportunity to drive rush behind the Sonic Boom, this low forward conversion caught Brian D off guard, and that was enough to close out the win for Kaba. A 3-0 sweep and a spot at Capcom Cup 10 at the end of the season. Okay, World Warrior this week is a big one, so let's get straight into it. Deep breath. Asia South 3 at Fighters Dojo, so Cyanic managed to get the perfect finish against Mikey Roggs JP in grand finals. Brazil 3 and BR Kumite saw Kiyoma get the win after a 3-0 reset from losers against HK Dash. Central America West 3 and LATAM Fist, it was Destroy Gods who managed to bring it back from 2-0 down in grand finals to get the win over Grand Todokai. In EU Northeast 3, Salt Mine League saw Phenom once again sweep, and it was a 3-0 win in grand finals against Mirkan. In the second of our Salt Mine events, EU West 3, it was Zerna who managed to reset on Ras and get the win with his Kimberly. Germany 3 also in Salt Mine saw Random beat Semi 3-0 after Semi managed to reset in grand finals. In Japan 4, it was Fudo who got the big win with DJ over Goichi's Chun. And in Middle East 3, Slash and Dash saw Big Bird continue his bullying streak with Marissa. Mexico 3 at Mexican MASH Series saw Uriel Valorio reset on Solving and go on to win. And in Oceania 3 at the Younger Down Under, Travis Styles continues his reign with a 3-1 win, this time over Zazob. South America West 3 for Champions Road, and Picaro resets and takes the win over Pandero. In South Korea 3 at Spirit Zero, Le Shah once again picks up 50 points, beating Costco in the grand final. And finally in US East 3 at Carryout Clash, Punk and Knuckledo continue their rivalry. This time Punk gets the better of him and takes the 50 points. Back in the US, and Roundhouse 2023 was also this weekend, and through the multitude of brackets hosted, there was also the mid-best team battle. 7 teams, including Team Wildcard that qualified through the LCQ, duked it out in single elimination. Team Magic 4 FGC, representing Wisconsin, beat Indy FGC Indiana in the first semi-final, while FGC Meetups Illinois bested Neutral Ground Michigan in the other one. It was Wisconsin who took the win in the grand finals, overcoming Illinois to take the title of Mid-Best 2023. In Smash Ultimate Singles, Atata went undefeated, beating Comet in grand finals 3-1 to seal the victory. Strive saw SQ make the run of a lifetime, defeating Macho, Adventure, then Hotashi, and Umisho twice to earn a very deserved status of champion. And lastly, in Street Fighter 6 singles, it was Skull who took the victory over Eli the Curry with a score of 3-2 to take the SF6 title.
Squall taking Street Fighter 6 at Roundhouse.
And that is just about all we got time for this week. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next time round, same time next week, with your tournament roundup from the past 7 days. Remember, if you're a TO or you're heading up to an event, hit us up in advance about the event happening. Please send us the event page, where the stream's going to be, as much information as you can, and give us a ping on Twitter. That's reversal_GG, should be right here. Smash that like button, give us the interactions, help massage the algorithm so that we can reach as many people as possible. And I will see you same time next week for more Roundup.